Hey guys, welcome to 2.9. This is for Virtual Friday. I need to make sure you guys know how to graph this. Here's a warm-up for 2.9 day 1, okay? All right, it says for you to solve by substitution. So let's take a look. Remember what we did at 2.8. So we're going to use this one first, and we are going to solve for x because there's a 1 there. So this is your warm-up. So I have x plus 2y minus 4 equals 0. Okay, we are going to solve for x, so I want to move everything to the right. So minus 2y, what you do to one side, you do to the other. Opposite of negative 4 is plus 4. And all I have left is your x equals negative 2y plus 4. And we're going to come back to that in a little bit. So now you're going to take this and you're going to substitute wherever you see an x in the other equation, because we want x and y to satisfy both of them, and that's why it's called a system. So wherever you see an x, you are going to substitute negative 2y plus 4. So here's your x squared. So you'll have negative 2y plus 4 squared plus y squared minus 4 times negative 2y plus 4 minus 27y plus 50 equals 0. Okay? Let me move that over. This right here is the same as negative 2y plus 4 2 times. That's what that square means. Alright? So we are going to multiply. We're going to FOIL. Use FOIL method. Some of you know that. Some of you just know that you multiply them. So negative 2y times negative 2y is 4y squared. Negative 2y times 4 is negative 8y. Here's the other. Take the second one times the first, negative 8y. Take the second one times the second, plus 16. And then we're going to bring everything else down. Here, there's a set of parentheses also, so you're going to multiply. Negative 4 times negative 2y is positive 8y. Negative 4 times 4 is negative 16, minus 27y plus 50 equals 0. Okay? So now we are going to combine like terms, and I'm going to do it in a different color. 4y squared plus y squared is 5y squared. Negative 8y minus 8y plus 8y minus 27y. Let's go to my handy calculator because I don't want to do the math. Negative 8 minus 8 plus 8 minus 27. Okay? Comes out to be negative 35y. And then you have 16 minus 16 is 0 plus 50. So plus 50 equals 0. All right. At this point, you can actually use your calculator and go to the table. But keep in mind that doesn't work every time. So I'm actually going to factor. Okay. Factor out your 5. So you have y squared minus 7y plus 10 equals 0. Draw two sets of parentheses. Factors of y squared is y and y. What two numbers multiply to give you a positive 10 and is going to add to give you negative 7y. Negative 2 and negative 5. Okay. Set that one equal to 0. Can't happen. Set y minus 2 equals 0. Y is equal to positive 2. Set y minus 5 equal to 0. Add 5 to both sides. So y is equal to 5. Okay? Notice you have two answers. Now you are going to substitute these guys into this one. So here's my first one, where y is 2. X equals negative 2. Replace y with 2 plus 4. That comes out to be 0. Okay, so your answer is 0, 2. Next one. X is equal to, y is now 5. So negative 2 times 5 plus 4. X comes out to be 2 times 5 is negative 10 plus 4 is negative 6. So the answer to this one is negative 6, 5. There's your two intersections. Okay? And there you have your systems by substitution. All right, today's assignment is a review of Algebra 1 where you have learned to graph, okay? So yesterday, you guys learned about substitution. Today you're going to be able to solve systems of conic sections by graphing. So let me scroll this up. So systems of conic sections by graphing. So we are going to graph. So there are some things you need to remember about graph. You can have a parabola, okay? You can have a circle. You can have an ellipse. You can have a hyperbola. And the review is the linear. Today we are going to touch on the linear. So that way for day 2, you can put them all together. All right. So let's first review linear equations. It is y equals mx plus b. This is called the slope-intercept form. And the reason for that is it shows you the y-intercept, which is where across the y-axis, and then your slope is rise over run. Okay? All right, so here are your steps. Number 1, convert the equation to slope-intercept form. So it looks like this. That's your slope-intercept form. Plot the y-intercept, which is your letter B. Okay? This is where you cross the y-axis. You're going to plot the slope at least 2 points. Okay? And then you start at the y-intercept. Start at y-intercept. And then you pretty much are going to connect the line. All right. And the slope is your rise over your run. Okay? All right, so let's take a look at this first example. Make sure you get a ruler. Your slope is right here and your y-intercept is here. Okay? So b is equal to -4, so I'm going to go -4. Your slope is 7 over 5. So that means this is your rise, this is your run. 7 is positive, so I'm going to go up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5 is positive. Since 5 is positive, I'm going to go to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you see that right there? Because they both are positive. And there you have your 2 points. And you're just going to plot those 2 points. Just like that. And you have a straight line. Okay? Make sure it's y equal mx plus b. Example 2. All right? You have x plus 2y equals -2. Solve for y. That means y is going to be by itself. So minus x. So you have 2y equals, go ahead and write your x first. And if you need to put a 1 in front of that, please do. Divide all of it by 2. Notice how I divide each of the terms by 2. Cancel. Y is equal to -1 over 2x. -2 divided by 2 is -1. Do you see how you have it in slope-intercept form? Here's your b, here's your m. Okay? Your b is a -1, so I'm going to go to -1. Your slope is -1 over 2. Here's your rise, here's your run. -1, so I'm going to go down 1. +2, so I'm going to go to the right 2. Okay. And there you have your 2 points. Anybody need to go? Okay. And there you have number 2. Okay? This is your turn. You guys try it first. All right? So you have x minus 2y equal -6. Solve for y. Some of you will draw your line. Minus x minus 1x. Same thing. So you have -2y equals -1x minus 6. Divide everything by -2. See how the 2 is negative? So now you have y equals a -1 divided by -2 is positive 1, 2x. -6 divided by -2 is positive 3. And there you have your slope-intercept form. Okay? Here's your b, here's your m. And remember, it is rise over run. All right. B is at 3. Y goes up and down on this axis. Positive 1, so I'm going to go up 1. Positive 2, right 2. Okay? Remember, negative goes to left. Here's your origin. Positive goes to the right. Positive goes up. Negative goes down. Okay? Just remember how to graph that. And there's my 2 points. Connect them. Draw your arrows. And there's your line. Try to draw through the graph, not just like a little piece. Okay? That's going to help you on day 2. All right, now let's take a look at this one. What does this look like? Well, this one doesn't even have a y at all. No y's written. So it means that you are going to cross the x-axis at -5. X goes left and right, so I'm going to cross the x-axis right here. Okay? So there is my x-axis at -5. It's going to go straight up and down. Okay. Well, what does this one look like? Well, this one looks like y equals -x plus 0. So y equals -x, 1x, no b. Your b is 0 because there's none written, and your slope is -1 over 1. Okay? So I start off at 0. This is the same as -1 over 1. There's your slope. So -1 goes down, +1 goes to the right. And I can keep repeating it down 1 to the right, but you really only need 2 points to graph. And there you have your graph. Okay? All right. You all should be able to do this. And I'm going to add an example 6. Y equals 4. So if you have your graph, here's your x, here's your y. What does that mean? That means, let me label, okay, that you're going to cross the y-axis at 4. Let me get a different color. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And your graph is just going to go across. Just like that. You have a y-intercept and no slope. Okay? Because this right here is the same as y equals 0x plus 4. Same thing. All right. You all should be able to do this. Your assignment is just day 1. Have a great weekend.